from Amphetazine, which is probably why you're at this blog. We're here today, impromptu style, to discuss the first concert that you went to. Adult, I guess, can be anything. No parent.
No parent.
No
Okay.
parent.
All right. Well, you want to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
Camp Randall Stadium, 1986. Pink Floyd.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty alright. My brother took me, and I remember it was my first concert, which is like kind of sets the bar unnaturally high for. Speaking of unnaturally high, a lot of people there I think are very naturally high. The lasting impression is that everyone busted out their lighters, maybe during like "Wish You Were Here" or "Shine On Your Face It Down."
Sure.
And my brother takes a pack of matches, flares them up, and holds it until it almost burns his hand, and then just drops it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What about you, man?
Well, first, without any adult supervision, would be Metallica on the Injustice for All tour with the Cult opening the Sonic Temple, I think, and it was really righteous. It was mind blowing.
The Cult part of it too.
Oh yeah. I mean, the whole thing was great. I mean, obviously, we were there primarily to see Metallica, but we really liked the Cult too. It was my buddy Simon and I, who's no longer with us. And it occurred to me at that time that it was the first actual concert I had been to since I was 6 years old. The real first concert I ever saw was in, I guess, 1981, 82. I went with my grandma and her sister Helen to see Slim Whitman. So prior to seeing Metallica on the Injustice for All tour, we went to see Slim Whitman, a 6-year-old boy, and with two very elderly ladies. Went to see Slim Whitman somewhere in Indiana, and and every time I think about that, I'm like, that shit really happened. Like that went down, and it did. In fact, I even wrote a fan letter to Slim Whitman requesting that he sing Calypso, which he did.
Did he dedicate it?
Or no? And I asked him to sing Ghost Riders in the Sky, because my grandma used to babysit me, and like nobody in the family knew that she was a big Slim Whitman fan. It was like the little secret thing that she had. Yeah. And she played it when I was over there, and I liked the yodeling. So it was like a big bonding thing between my grandma and I. So like I think if it had been up to her, we would have just followed Slim Whitman, like Slim Heads. We would have been Slim Heads. Like a 5 or 6 year old kid and his elderly grandmother just harassing the shit out of Slim Whitman everywhere. And I think it's because prior to marrying my grandpa, obviously Charlie, there was another dude who was kind of vying for her affections, and he was kind of a dandy, I suppose, Slim Whitman-esque figure. And she always swore that the dude looked exactly like Slim Whitman, and that's kind of why she initially got into him. And then she
she just got Slim fever.
Right, she got Slim fever.
I think that beats the scope, the range that my first two concerts were. My first two were that Pink Floyd show, and then like 5 months later, my other brother took me to a UB40 show.
That was when Red Wine was like blowing up all over the place. Yeah, that was the thing. That would have been like 89.
Yeah. And I guess now that I think about it, I went to see Willie Nelson with my mom and dad at the State Fair.
Nice.
That would have been before all of that. Okay. But that falls into the parental thing.
If your parents were there.
Yeah. I kind of wish my grandma would have taken me to like something like that, like a Frankie Yankovic like concert or something.
Yeah.
Done some polka.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was totally. I mean, it occurs to me now. It's like nobody in my family thought that was weird. Like my grandma and her sister, who, I mean, they're gonna take Nathan to see Slim. Like,
it's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it was all right.
Is Slim Whitman still alive?
No. Yeah, it was too bad too. It was a good concert. I mean, for what I knew of concerts up until that point, Yeah. I mean, my grandma was, she was alive, so I can't really, so.
Who's still touring that you want to catch that you haven't seen already?
Actually, since you mentioned Willie Nelson, I would really like to see Willie Nelson. My cousin's band, the Tillers, they were supposed to open for Willie when he came to Cincinnati. When he was supposed to come to Cincinnati recently, but he tore his rotator cuff before that time, and the show was canceled. And I guess it's never been rescheduled.
Was he gonna play Southgate House, or was he gonna play?
No, he was gonna play the stadium. The Riverfront, whatever they call it, named after
Synergy Field.
Synergy Field.
No, now it's Great American Ballpark.
No, whatever it is. It's still, I'll always call it Riverfront.
Yeah.
That's what it was when I was a kid.
What else? Who else? Who else is out there on the road?
Who I haven't seen? I don't know.
I'm looking forward to Fiona Apple's supposed to be touring.
Oh, yeah.
And now I've seen Fiona Apple,
Mm-hmm.
but she was on tour with Nickel Creek, which is much better than Nickelback. But I wasn't familiar with Nickel Creek, and it was one of those shows where like, why don't we play 2 songs, then you play 2 songs, then we'll play a song together. And I was like, how about you guys hang out in the back, let Fiona play a show, then I'll leave and you guys can do whatever you want to do.
Right. So that's how they did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Drew tells me that Nickel Creek is actually good, and I'm sure they are, but like I was there to see Fiona Apple, and I wanted to see Fiona Apple.
Right, yeah. You want the distraction ahead of time to, you know, play the song that you're familiar with and move on with their lives. Right. Yeah.
Propaganda's going to be touring sometime soon. I've already seen them, but it'd be good to see that again. I want to see thing at some point. Oh, well, we're going to see Roger Waters perform the Wall.
That's going to be amazing. Because I've seen Floyd without Roger Waters.
Right.
And now it would be cool to see
Roger Waters
songs.
Floyd. Yeah, but did you see, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, Roger Waters was playing a show in London, and David Gilmour. Have you seen this?
No!
Oh, man. We'll watch it after we get done this. It's on the YouTube. Yeah,
so y'all should check it out too.
Yeah.
Since we're referencing it.
Comfortably Numb, I think was what it was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Like the crowd doesn't know that it's about to happen, and then like, well, we'll watch it.
All right.
We'll watch it.
I'm just thinking,
looking forward.
Right, like just remembering the mental state that I was in the time that I saw Pink Floyd. You know, had the reverse happen and Roger Waters came out.
Head probably.
Just brains oozing out of my ears. As it was, I'm pretty sure that was happening anyway. You know, I was like, what? You know, people would have been crying. You know, people were already ducking when the pig came out. I mean, everybody knows the pig is, the big boar-looking pigs are gonna, come.
Funny.
Oh my God, it's the pig! Like, of course it is.
Funny thing that I just found out today that I did not know about Cincinnati, but that it is nicknamed Porkopolis.
Yes, Porkopolis.
What the hell is this?
Well, way back in the day.
It was like the hub.
You're right. And there was like a whole lot of pig slaughter going on.
Yeah.
So they would run pigs through the street to slaughter.
Right? Never knew anything.
Yep.
Porkopolis.
Yeah.
It actually sounds like
one of the many wonderful things to be proud of.
That actually sounds like something. Sounds like a Les Claypool side project.
Right, yeah. I can't believe Les Claypool doesn't play in a band.
We're Porkopolis.
Right. Yeah. That would be the vocal part. I'd be like, yes! This is best.
Alright, should we check out the Pink Floyd and let these people get back to work?
Alright. Go on with your lives.
Amphetazine out.